everybody. Earl at thelogbook.com. Once again, tending to infinite sheep. Kind of going through the back catalog of stuff I did back when I worked in local TV. Not all of them are horror stories. A lot of what we are doing in November, since November is kind of the sweeps month, is sweeps stories. We're doing news specials, local news specials from sweeps, and the promos really that went with them. And this one is actually one of my favorite things I ever did in news promo.
How are you?
It's a language that's barely spoken even by its own people.
A lifeline to their ancestry. It began here and it's going to die here.
Keeping the Cherokee language alive. Tonight at 5.
Okay, short, sweet, to the point. You notice it works so much better when there's actual footage for the story. Big plus, big plus. Makes you look like you've actually done the homework. Instead of cramming for the exam at the last minute. The really cool part about that is that kittens were running around behind me being crazy. The other really cool part about that is that I was actually able to get our reporter to ask the person being interviewed, the gentleman in the promo, could he write or print for us basically the name of the news story in the Cherokee language. Then I got that into our Avid system and morphed it into English. And the background, I'm actually sure that was a screen grab from a website for translating Cherokee. And so everything that was on the screen was relevant to the story, but it was so nice to have footage for once. And I just felt like the music worked with it beautifully. It just seemed like a story that had some impact. I also kind of felt like maybe this was balancing the cosmic scales a little bit. I had a relative who spent a lot of their lives in eastern Oklahoma misrepresenting themselves as being full-blooded Native American when in fact they were nothing of the sort. And so I occasionally will seek out ways to balance out the karma there. Let's watch that again because I just like that one a lot.
How are you?
It's a language that's barely spoken even by its own people.
A lifeline to their ancestry. It began here and it's going to die here.
Keeping the Cherokee language alive. Tonight at 5.
Okay, and that one didn't get an award. That's frustrating. The hostage negotiator got an award, and that one was like the last desperate attempt to just get a spot on the air. And it was far too much squeeze for the amount of juice that we got out of it. This was a case where everything seemed to work just right. I thought it was a great spot. It just kind of seemed to vanish. It was a great spot in my head, not only because I felt like I was able to take this story and tease it in a meaningful way. And it feels like a meaningful story to me as well. But it wasn't as, perhaps as hard-hitting as other people would have liked. So I remember this story and this promo loomed large in my head, but perhaps not in anyone else's, and that's okay. Not all of them are going to be, knock it out of the park, but this one back pat to me from me. I thought that one was pretty good.